I'm trying to get this thing set up here. How you guys doing? I got Guaping Ken, and let me see, we got Mark here, and William and Larry Gessler coming in. Moshe Goldberg, welcome aboard. You see that yellow card up there in the top left. I was burning through the last of this shoe to try to get a fresh shoe. So there would be definitely no quote unquote bias to it, although there never is anyway. I have people, hey David, hey Trish. I have people ask me about the deck composition in Baccarat, because one of the distinctions from other card games is they never shuffle the cards. They don't shuffle the cards. Usually, as I understand it, it's an 8-deck shoe, and they come pre-sorted, pre-shuffled, and they tear open the packages, sign that they're using them, and they load the shoe. Hey, JP. Oh man, nice. I wish I was there with you. Bensi Ristorante. I bet they make a monster veal sambuca there, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. I had some kind of sambuca one time. I thought it was veal, but I had it on the hill in St. Louis. But yeah, wonderful. I would assume that's an Italian restaurant that JP's at, somewhere in New York, probably. Welcome and good to have you with me, JP, tonight. So there's a yellow card up there. I went through the entire deck so that we would have a fresh shoe to do some demonstrating tonight. Hey, King Allen. Nice to have you in here. So the way we're playing now, and of course, hey, Chuck, hope you survived today, buddy. Every time you go, you never know, you know. I hope you did all right today, but if you didn't, I hope you learned some good stuff, and we will continue to get better no matter what the outcomes are. Oh, real Italian food, I bet too, JP. Thank you, man. It's good to hear about that. I'd love to be doing that. Corey Jensen, good evening. I hope that the crypto world is still proceeding well. I know there's lots of opportunities there, and I'm hopeful that things are going well. You're a patient man, and you also you don't mind making a little risk. Aki Tomes, hello, Chuck Ritter. Oh, Chuck. Okay, so Chuck had a good day today, and we talked about it, and I'm going to want some more input on this. The way that we're playing right now, I already know the things that can go wrong, that you can lose, the ways that you can lose. I know what they are. I can look at the big board right away, and I can tell whether we're winning or losing just by looking at it. But one of the keys to it is always, just like anything else, the bet is what is the most important. And I'm not running the ground exactly the strongest way to play the bet. I got some laughs from Chuck today because I was even starting to talk about a $500 bet with 4 units of $10 up and 3 units of $10 down. And we got a good kick out of that because it's such a small bet to be making considering the baseline bet is so big. But one of the reasons I was doing that was to try to win the one bet. And not worry about what the up and down are. But the bad part of that is if you get behind, you can't make up the money because you're only making up the 500, which is actually a flat bet. Now, the other thing is you can flat bet this game. You're going to have to win more than you lose, but there's going to be no risk because you're just flat betting. And at the end of the shoe, say 70 hands, if there's 10 ties and there's 31 wins and 29 losses, well, you won 2 hands. And so you can flat bet this game, and ordinarily you won't get slaughtered, or ordinarily you won't slaughter them, but ordinarily you won't lose a lot. And so Ted Rogers, hey, how you doing? But I'm looking for the sweet spot on, like, if we say tonight, like I say, if we're going to bet, we're going to start D'Alembert, and we're going to start a $200 bet, and we're going to go up 4 units of 25 and down 3 units of 25. Or we're going to go up 4 units of 50 and down 3 units of 50. That gives you a good separation so that when you win hands, you're going to pocket $150 each time. And so I'm looking for the sweet spot on this. How big do we want to make? I know we want to go 4 units and 3. We definitely want to do that. But what do we want the baseline bet to be, and how far up and how far down? and you guys will find your way to making a suggestion that I can test against all other suggestions, and we can do this as a team. But if you look like the yellow card up there means I've got a new shuffle coming up. As soon as I want to shuffle, you can see shuffle on the right side down there. For this demonstration tonight, and now that I got Chuck here, Chuck played this exactly today, and apparently had a good day, and so I like that. So let's look at the big board real quick. Okay, so here's the problem with what I'm looking at. You got to survive those first 4 bets. Okay, and let's do it. Okay, let's do it $200. I'm going to write this down. $200, up 4 units of 25, down 3 units of 25. Now, I'm just going to tell you right now, when you see a chop like you see right there on the top, you got 4 losses right there, and there's no way around it. You do. Now, you got 1 win, and you got 4 losses. That's what you're going to have. And then you have that 6 streak in which you're going to lose the first, but you're going to win 5 bets. So if we look at it, if we look at it as up to playing a $200 bet, so the first bet is minus $200. So then we're going to bet $300 on banker, because that's what we're betting. We're betting that the streak will continue, and we're going to lose that bet because it comes back player. Now we're going to bet $400 on player. That's that bet right there. And we're going to win that bet. And so now we can go down to 325 on player, which we're going to lose. So now we're down 325 on that bet, and I'm going to catch you up in just a minute. So now we're going to bet 425, and we're going to lose right there. Right there, rather. And now we're going to bet 525. I mean, getting killed, right? That's what the chop does to you, though. I'm sure Chuck saw that today. So we didn't get a player there. We got a banker. So that's the loss of 525. Now, here's where we are right now. So we are I don't have a calculator, but we're $500, $825, $1250, $1775 in the minus. And we're $400 to the positive. So if we can see this, we're minus 1775, we're plus 400. So that results in a minus 1375. So we got a minus 1375, and our bet, our last loss was 525. So this bet is $625. Right there, we're betting banker. I'm not going to consider the 90, I'm not going to get my calculator out and do 95. We'll just call it a flat bet. So it's a plus 625 right there. So the 625 results in negative 750. And right here, we had a tie, so it doesn't matter. But right there, our bet was down 3 units. So it was 550, down 3 units. And that brings us back to being down 200. So we switched over to here and we lost. And then we won. We had a tie and then we won. But we've got 3 more wins we're going to have here. Now, the next bet is 475. So keep watching. So we win this, this bet here at 475. Now we're up 275. There it is. We're up 275. So The next bet is 400. So now we're up 675. And then the last bet we're going to have is 325. So that's 10, 9, 10. That is an even. That's an even $1,000. So even like we have here, you get slaughtered here, but then you catch this run and you cash bets all the way to where you went past being down 1775 and you go up to being $1,000 ahead. And that's the beauty of it. I can scan across here and say, okay, now we had another losing streak here, right? But there's a winning streak. We lose here, then we win, win, win. And with the Dell and Bear, oh, now we got a real monster losing streak. This one here is an even split because we lost, we won. Then we lost, we won. So we got 2 wins out of 5. Then we got a loss, but then look at this. Win, 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 win. 4 of them, 1 loss, followed by 3 wins. That's over $1,000. Well, correct my math, Green Shark, if I made a mistake. William, hey. No, William, that's okay. That is a win that had a tie in the middle of it. When it shows like that, that means it's a win for the banker after a tie. So it's still a win. It's just it's the same way as I could show it that way. The banker had an 8, the player had a 7, the banker wins with the natural, and there was a tie before that. So the tie doesn't matter. But Green Shark says my math is off, so I'm going to want to know where I made a mistake with the math, because I am juggling a phone and an iPad and trying to write and add at the same time. So I could have been off somewhere, but I can redo it. It's easy enough to redo it. Yeah, I just don't want to do the martingale if we don't have to. Thanks, William. I'm just trying to clarify exactly, because William was asked a very poignant question about that, the way the tie looks on the big board. It looks like you didn't win the hand, but when it's got the red circle there, it means that the banker did win a hand. Otherwise, it would be a blue circle and it would be restarted. But I want to find out where my math went off, because if we are playing $200 is what I said. So we lose the first bet's $200. We lose that bet is $300. These are just the minuses. And then we have a $400 win, right? Because it's up 4 units, $400 win. Now we're going to go down here to 325. So that's a loss of 325. Now we're going to go up to 425, and there's a loss, 425. Now we're going up to 525, and there's a loss, 525. Now the rest of these are going to be wins, and that's going to be a 625 win. That's going to be a 625 win. After this tie, like William pointed out, after this tie, we're going down, we went down 50 and we had a tie. So that win is at 550, down 3 units. And this win here would be at 475. This win here would be at 400. And this win here would be at 325. William says, I think he means the 400, you're still negative. Oh, yeah, no, you're still negative there. I was just adding up all the numbers. That's right, William, that's correct. The 400 is, you're down 5. I was adding them, I was doing it the quick way, adding all the minuses up and then adding all the pluses up and determining a difference. But this is what we have, and so I don't have my calculator handy, but this is what we have. -2, -3, +4. Then you go down 3 and you lost again, 325. You go up 4 and you lost. You go up 4 and you lost. You go up 4 and you won. You go down 3 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 and you won. So if I say a running total, -$200, -$500, -$100, -$425. I'll do it straight up this way. -$850, -$13. So actually we got to -$1375. We got to minus, Oh, okay. I see I think I see where you mean by the math being off. We got to a minus 1,800 total, if I do it this way. Okay. Minus 2, minus 5, minus 1, minus 425, minus 850, minus 1375. Once I count it into 525 down, it's 1,800. Okay, so if we're there at 1,800, then 625 brings us to 1175 from 1,800 down to 1,200 and another 25, 1175. The 550 brings us to, let's see, 1,175. I think that's minus 550. 5, 2, brings us to minus 625. Now I see where the math is that you're talking about. That's minus 625. Then you get 475. And that is actually minus 150. Then the 400 is actually plus 250. I see. And then the 325, that's quite a bit of math problems there. 5, 7. But anyway, okay, so now I'm pretty confident about this. So we ended up being plus 575. I was mistaken with the math as I got ahead of myself with the things I'm juggling here. But nevertheless, the 575 is there. 4 martingales and then yeah, if you do catch that the long chop there, Moshe, I mean, there's no walk in the park. This is a casino. And so if you catch the long chop, we've caught a couple of them here, but if you catch the long chop, that's when you can just go to flat betting and live to fight. I would never stop because I'm going to play the money and I know the chops are going to stop. And I'm going to play professionally that way. But I do know what you're talking about. If you're saying here, you got like, even these are still kind of chops. It's one win, and that does help. But you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For all intents and purposes, 10. But when you get them offset in here, this screen actually works out okay. Okay, thanks. I'm glad I straightened it out. Thanks, Green Chart. Appreciate the help there. But anytime you have runs, that's when you're making money. Like, that's a killing. You're actually out of the casino here. Because no matter how much you've won, you're getting it all back right here because these are 1 losses, and that is 7 wins. 7 wins at the rate that we're playing is a whole ton of money. And even again, here are losses that are made up right away. Now that's a tough streak right there, all right? That is a loss, that's a loss, that's a win. Loss, 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 loss. But as long as it doesn't get to 7, 7's kind of like the magic number, man. It's like the pill. But here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight wins is a ton of money for us. And so, and right here, this is kill it. I mean, this is absolutely kill it. And so let's go ahead and play around and see if we catch. You're actually kind of hoping for it, by the way. We got a fresh shooter we're going to start with, and we're going to play $200 bet, and we're going to go. We're going to go $50 units, so we're going to go up $200. Yeah, I like D'Alembert too. D'Alembert is okay as long as you know you're going to get some back-to-back wins. If you're not going to get back-to-back wins, you need to be playing martingale. Like that's why blackjack is a better martingale game than it is a D'Alembert game, because blackjack D'Alembert is horrible. It's really hard to get back-to-back wins, but I don't encourage anybody playing blackjack anyway. So what do you guys think about starting with a $200 bet and going up 4 units of 50 and down 3 units of 50? So we'd be going up $200 and down 150. The denominations we choose are going to be important for us. And so we're going to need to work that out. But we're going to shuffle right now, and we're going to go ahead and begin some play and just see how it works out. I'm not going to be nearly good as Chuck Ritter was today, but I'm going to try. He's kind of like the beauty of this game is it really doesn't matter whether they shuffle the cards or not, because you're not making any decisions and they don't know which side you're going to bet anyway. And so thank you very much, Moshe. I appreciate you, sir. So we would start with a no bet. We're at 906,000, pretty obvious number there. So I want to win $400. That's what I want to win tonight, given the bankroll we have. And there's a no bet here. And you're betting streaks now. And so we have a player win, so we're going to bet $200, and we're hoping it doesn't chop, but it certainly could. And so we have a $200 bet. There it is on the player. And we get a push to start off with, so we'll rebet. That's why William could see this again. We got zeros up there, and we lose. Okay, so this is going to have, for William, and the big road's going to have a red zero with a line through it. I'm sorry, it's got the tie on that side because it happened before the banker win. Okay, so we lost $200 there, so we got to go up 4 units, and we're going to follow the chase. So we got a $400 bet on the banker and beat. Got the chop going here. So we got a $600 bet on the player. And with the $600 win, we're going to go to $450 on the player. We got a $600 bet. We're going to go down $150, and that is $450, right? Tell me somebody if I make a mistake. I think we were at 600. We went 2, 4, 6. We went 2, 4, 6. Down 1 is 3 units. That's a $450 bet. And we're hoping that the player can hit again. And we caught a push. Okay. So there's the $450 win. That is $450. I would leave right now. There's my $450. You can see it right there. And you can see if we recap here, this is a $200 bet that we lost, minus $200. Then we had the tie, and then we lost $400. Then we had the $600 bet that we lost. And then we had the $800 bet that we won. And then the 550 bet to end up at 906, 450. I don't know if my interim math is jiving, but we can see what the final was. And we do know that we had a chop there, and then we had the 3 wins. Well, actually, we just have the 2 wins because of the large amount. But so you want to play a couple more hands and just see? I would pay. Chuck was talking to me about the no bet. The no bet is simply a way of, if you're not sure another player is going to come up here, then you avoid a loss if you do the no bet. Okay, the math needs some help. Well, here's the thing, Chuck. We do see we're up 450, right? So I know we're up 450. I'm just not sure what I did in the interim to get there as far as my math goes. But you would never know that math was my minor, because apparently, but then I'm multitasking here anyway, so let's just take a look here and see how the math works here as we go a no bet and try to set the playing field, and we'd have been better off playing with the player there, because we're gonna play it now anyway, because it's what we should do. There's $200 on the player, and we'll take whatever happens, and you guys help me with the math along the way. So there's a minus $200. So we're gonna bet $400 on the banker, right? Somebody tell me if I make a mistake here. And with the tie, we'll rebet the banker for $400. Good. Now we got to play the player for 6. Getting beat. All right, so we go to 8, chopping us up just like Moshe was saying. We go back over for 1,000. And nothing but chop. 12. This is actually the better thing to do. Maybe we'll come up to some idea and plan here. Okay, so we're at 1,200 there. And so I'm going down 150, so I'll go to 1,050 banker bet right here, hoping for a streak. And with the 1,050, that puts us to a $900 bet on the banker, as we're stuck here, hoping to keep streaking. And a tie. Hey, ties. And a $900 win. We've won 3 in a row now, and we are back within $7 of where we were. We're at 906, 443 now. So we can see. Thanks, Moshe. I'll work with you on my math anyway. Tyza, we're doing follow the winner, and we're playing D'Alembert betting up 4 units of 50 and down 3 units. No bet, then 200 loss, 400 loss, 600 win, 450 plus 450 up. Thank you, William, that's exactly right. So what I would do right here is I would reset with a no bet, saying that we're even. And now I'm going to follow the player with a $200 bet. Let's see how we do now. And with that loss is minus 200, we're going to go to $400 on the banker. And with the $400 win, we're going to go down to $250 on the banker. Down $150, down 3 units. And now we're pretty much close to another 400 up, but I could do a no bet, and we could do a reset one more time. You're always going to be cautious at this. Okay, so we'll go ahead and bet $200 on the banker here. That's when the hit hurts you. The banker had the tie, and it hurt him. So we go to $400. It looks like a martingale, but it is not. This is D'Alembert up 4 units. Now we're digging the hole again, so we're going to go to 600 on the banker, trying to follow the winner. Now we're back to where we were. We're back at 906, 830. We're within a reach of the $400 second profit win. So we're going to go to a $200 banker bet, resetting for safety. And now we'll go to $400 on the player. And to 600 on the banker. Oh, wow, dig the hole, doggone it. Well, it gives you a longer session, and maybe we'll just go bust here. So the 800 takes us to a 650 bet on the player. And a tie. And to 850. Oops. 850 is up 2. $1,050 gives us a $900 bet. Right there, what you see, now this is why the banker has a little bit of an edge. When the banker got that card and you had to stay at 6, so that's why the banker gets a little bit of an edge. That's where it comes in, is taking that third card there. So 950 is 1,050. I think that's correct. If somebody has me wrong, correct me here. So 1,050 gives us a $900 bet on the banker, right? We're down 150. $900 bet on the banker. And there's the money. Now we've made $934 in 2 sessions, and not saying that it was necessarily pretty, but it's not always pretty. You can see the staggering that happens when you catch those, because this is actually as hard a board as you're going to have, and we still won $900. If you look at this, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chops, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a chop there, 11, that's a recovery. That's a chop there, 12. That's a chop there. So all of these are always losses. The top side are always losses. So in this total session, you had 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 18 losses. And you had 3, you can tell them this way very easily, 5, 8, 11, 14 wins. So here's the secret to it. The beauty is it is that. The beauty is the 14 wins and 18 losses and $900 in profit. Now that's where we are, and that's why we're doing this. There is no way that you just walk into a casino and they hand you money. But we have found a way to use a selection method and a betting method. And we're not done with this betting method. I'm not positive about it. I keep working about it. Like when I was talking to Chuck today, I probably put in 10 hours of practicing and note taking. My notepad over here is covered with notes. I got other notepads, but I'm trying to arrive at what is the certain way that gives us the 99% chance of winning. I don't know if I told you the other night, I was sitting next to a Chinese player, serious player, but he was just randomly putting large stacks of chips out and reaching in his fanny pack and pulling out more stacks of hundreds. And when he finally went completely broke, this was when I was experimenting the other night, he said, well, time to go. And I said, mind if I ask you just how much did you lose? He says, around 25,000. And I said, oh my gosh, okay. He said, looks like you're going to make a little money, but I can't play anywhere like you're doing because it's just too boring for me. And that's one of the keys to this. I mean, my friend in Florida is the same way. He says that even if he could win, he wouldn't play a way that was boring. And I am not like that. Corey Jensen, you are not like that. We're in this thing to try to make money. We're not in this thing to see rockets blast off into the moon. This is a serious thing that we're doing, and I don't like the casinos to begin with. I'm on record for that. And so I'm not going to get cavalier with chips. Like I say, I watch how closely they count the chips, how closely they watch the chips. They're very serious about their business, so doggone it, we're going to be serious about ours. And when I'm working with you guys, I have as much loyalty to you as there can be. I need to win, and I know I need to win, and I will fight for any kind of win. If like, thank you, Corey, absolutely indeed, sir. And if I find myself up 375, or up 360, up 350, and I think there's any risk to trying to push over 400, I will take that money and just put it in our account, and then we'll pay it out at the end of the month. If I can get that damn angel to get things going. If he doesn't get things going, I'm gonna have to take that over. But you guys, on Monday, anybody who still has not been paid, email me, and I'll run it to ground with him. I think he's just south of DC now, in Virginia, but I talked to him yesterday. Everything's fine, but he's kind of overwhelmed a little bit, kind of pulling back the curtain a little bit. His wife is in Albania, and he's kind of lonely there, and he's working hard. He's got a big proposal, $200 million contract he's bidding in Beirut, and for the company that hired him, and he'd like to win it for them, obviously. And so he's working that very hard, and he's missing his wife, and she posts on Instagram. I get to see her on Instagram myself. So, but she's got to stay there till August. Then she comes back because she gets to renew her green card in August and bring her and the daughter back, and he'll be a lot better off then. But I think he'll get used to things right now. It's just another one of those transition things that all of us know about. But send me any notes, any questions, and if you think I made some mistakes here, send them because I'll try to correct them. But we did. Hey George, thank you, buddy. I appreciate you very much. And but this is follow the winner, and this is easily seen. You don't even have to make bets. You can just do it on your do it no bet, and you can do it by calculating as you go each one, and you know these are your losses. Everything else are wins, and that's why winning here was actually pretty good feat. The biggest win streak was 4, which means we won 3. The biggest win streak was 4, we won 3. 4, we won 3. Yeah, I mean, if we'd had a 6-hand win streak in here, this thing would have been over. And that's what you want, but you don't always get what you want. I think Mick Jagger said that. Thank you, Green Shark. I appreciate it very much. To all of you, give me a little like on the way out if you would, and I'll be in there with the nail salon crowd tomorrow trying to make some money for us, and I'll be practicing between now and then to try to establish just how I'm going to play tomorrow to give us some safety and hope to win some money for us. Losses are out there, of course, as we grow, but we don't take losses we're not good losers, just not. I don't even want to talk about being good losers. So thank you, Chuck. I appreciate it, and congratulations on the day. And obviously, you know exactly what this big board looks like. You know the board you're looking at right there is not one that is conducive to winning. You got to weather that storm and fight your way through it, and you know that by now, too. Appreciate you all. Give me a like, and you'll be hearing from me tomorrow.